Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Magic the Gathering Arena. Quick Draft Neon Dynasty. While it's still in style, I'm going to keep playing it. What the heck? I haven't had Blade of the Oni in like a million years, right? This is a great card. 2 mana for, kind of okay creature. Honestly, it's pretty good as a creature, but, that's not why you take it. You take it because it turns all your other creatures into 5/5 menace demons. Seems like an easy pick. Would love to put it in the ninja deck. Nothing else here is even close. Leech Gauntlet? Kumano faces Kakazan? Both pretty good. Norika's okay. Draft Sim suggesting Virus Beetle. That's a little surprising. Kumano faces Kakazan, just pretty solid for an aggro kind of deck. This isn't necessarily an aggressive card, but it would fit well in an aggro deck. And red-black has that kind of artifact theme. I could take more reconfigure stuff, and it is a good card. What? So Draft Sim says that Kumano faces Kakazan is a 3.0, whereas Leech Gauntlet is a... Hello? I can't get it to tell me? It froze? Is a 2.8 that it likes better because of the fact that I already have black. And it says Virus Beetle is also a 3. If things Virus Beetle and Kumano faces Kakazan are roughly equally good cards, but Virus Beetle is better because I have black already. I think I should probably pick up Kumano faces Kakazan. I think it's the best card here, and red-black is a pretty decent deck to draft. Yeah. The Green Shrine is okay. I think we're meant to take the Ambusher here. It's a pretty good card. It fits our colors. This goes well in a ninja deck. The Hacker, I think, is a better card than the Ambusher, although I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, Draft Sim agrees that it's a notably better card, although it isn't in a color that we have, and so it suggests the Ambusher. Which I think, to cut off the black, I think that's a good enough reason to take this. If I pass this, I'm giving Lefty kind of the impression that I'm not playing black, which is not what I want to do. Oni Cult Anvil. Oh my gosh. That's so good for a red-black deck. We're passing a Kappa Tech Wrecker, so that suggests green is sort of open as well, but this is a pretty strong signal too. Okay. Infiltrator? If we want to keep open the idea of ninjas, or maybe Aki Ronin, which, I don't know, isn't much of anything. It thinks Tempered in Solitude, huh? Well, maybe. I'm not that impressed by this card, but I think I probably undervalue it. It's not going to be exactly what red-black wants, but could work sometimes. And none of this is exactly what red-black wants, so sure. Network Terminal. I really wanted this to be a more aggressive deck, but it is an artifact, and we like artifacts. Nothing here is really any good. You Already Dead is okay as a combat trick. Gift of Wrath is an aggressive enchantment that's not really much of anything. The colors I want are not looking hot. Okay, so, I'll take the Network Disruptor, I guess. kind of hedge and maybe wind up in black blue. Like if I wind up in red, like am I gonna be sad that I missed this Gift of Wrath? No, not really. Okay, I mean, that's a real card. Great for this deck. Emberkeeper's okay. The Walking Skyscraper is a pretty good card, but doesn't really, like... We're not playing, like, modified, right? The Ninja's Kunai is also reasonable. We don't have much that modifies, but I do just kind of like 2-drops, and occasionally something gets modified. I think that might be... I don't know, the Kunai, it's nice to have some small removal for a deck of this sort. The Decoy is also not bad. I don't really want the Emberkeeper. Fine, give me the Kunai, I guess. Okay, so there must have just been a dry spot for red. I think there is plenty of red, but there was just a little bit where I had a crisis of faith and thought I might need to be in blue. I think Voltage Surge is the standout here, right? I mean, Ambitious Assault could be good, but Voltage Surge, just generally speaking, usually is good. Ogre is okay? Yeah. Don't really want Crackling Emergence, I don't think, but it's better than Windscarred Crag. I got the Gift of Wrath back anyway, huh? Fine. I don't think I want it, but I'll put it in for now. Toad Rider. I'm not going to have a lot of enchantments. So it's really just kind of like a 3-mana 3/3. I'm not going to have black or blue mana either. Good news, there's plenty of cards here that I want. Wow, are there cards here that I want. I think we have to take Life of Toshiro. But Bronze Plate Boar, Seismic Wave, Synthesizer, Twisted Embrace, Land, they're all good. We should wheel something good out of this pack. Probably in red? Maybe the Synthesizer is my guess. Invoke Calamity, not good at all. I mean, Dragonspark Reactor is not an especially good card, but I think, like, nothing here is, right? And this has some upside if you're playing enough artifacts, which maybe we are. So when it enters the battlefield, so if you somehow got it to re-enter without casting it, that still counts. I don't think we want the terminal. I think we probably don't want Crackling Emergence either. I'm going to take the Reactor here. It has pretty good upside. I could just take like a 4-mana decent dude. I mean, it can act like a 5/6, right? If you get it with the Oni Cult Anvil, it's pretty cool. The Steelbreaker is okay. Oh, there is this Blade Blesser, I guess. I don't think I want that. But I think I have, like, enough stuff to do on 4. Give me a 2-drop that seems more like what I'm trying to do. Is this good? I don't think so. I just want the Synthesizer. And another Synthesizer? Wouldn't be crazy to take the Steelbreaker, but Synthesizer is a great card, and this deck loves it. Okay. This is kind of cool for modification purposes, but I don't care about that. The Bronze Plate Boar is just standout great card. Ooh, red-green is getting rewarded. A 3rd Synthesizer seems great. Everything else here seems awful. I'll be lucky if I wheel the Frog, I guess. Not that I'm super happy to take it, but it's the only card there I could possibly take. Another Ogre, I think, over Steelbreaker. Although, I mean, with synthesizers, the Steelbreaker does get better. Wait a minute. I didn't even see the Chainflail Centipede. That's a way to diversify a bit. I could use more 3-drops. Yeah, sure, why not? Right? Over the Ogre? I guess. Smelter. I think this is really good with, like, Anvil and Synthesizer. I could take another synthesizer. There's kind of no limit to the number of synthesizers that I would take. But Smelter and Anvil is just such a, like, it does so much. Well, I don't know. I've already, hopefully, maybe got the Blade of the Oni to put on my Anvil constructs. That would be sick. But I don't know if I need, like, 4 synthesizers as much as I need, like, something a little bit more combat relevant. Smelter is just pretty solid. Oh my god. I think I want a 4th synthesizer over another bronze plate boar. Steelbreaker, easy pick over those two. Not a lot of combat tricks here. Ambitious Assault? How much do I have that modifies? Assuming we throw these 2 pieces of junk away. Probably throw away the Mukotai Ambusher as well, right? It just doesn't really... I'm not going to have a lot of ninja opportunities. I don't care that much about the lifelink. I don't have any reason really to bounce anything. So Kumano puts counters on things. Ninja's Kunai modifies things. Blade of the Oni modifies things. Chainflail Centipede modifies things. Bronze Plate Boar, if I had a lot of mana, might do it. So there's some chance Ambitious Assault goes off. I guess both of these care about modification. I think this is a lot better if you can modify, and this is like whatever. Because it's only when they die, and that's not going to happen too many times, I think. This is sort of competing with Tempered in Solitude. Because, like, are we going to be attacking with just one thing very often? Yeah, maybe. Like, if we have Blade of the Oni. Because we have a ton of little stuff, but they're not actually creatures. Right? I don't have any, like, massive attacks I look likely to make, do I? I bet I only attack with one thing pretty often. And for that, Tempered in Solitude is good, and this is worse. Let's just take another 2-drop creature, I guess. Although, honestly, you probably don't run it. Another Steelbreaker should be fine. My curve is still pretty low. I don't know about running. Oh, I got the frog! Look at that! Okay, I mean, I'm not in love with it or anything, but, you know, 2 packs in, I have 21 cards that I'm happy to play. So that's a nice position to be in. Virus Beetle should be great. Kami of Industry. Not that amazing, really. Yeah. None of the commons or the rares or uncommons are for me, sadly. But hopefully the next pack will have something nice. And at any rate, I got the Virus Beetle. I can't be too mad. Speaking of... Ooh, wait a minute. What about the Ironhoof Boar? Gains trample till end of turn. I mean... I think I just want a Virus Beetle. A tiny artifact that gets an effect, and then I can sack it with the Anvil or the Smelter or something. Or put the Centipede on it. Wow! I guess it's a Twisted Embrace. I'm not going to take the 3rd Virus Beetle, tempting though it is. Maybe it'll wheel. Who knows? Probably not. Iron Apprentice, I guess, is okay. Circuit Mender's better, of course. In general. Is it better in this deck? Probably. More Twisted Embrace over Kami's Flare. It's big. We don't necessarily want our removal to all be huge. I mean, I think it has to be Tempered in Solitude here. I don't know if I'm going to run it, but... if I am, it would be nice to have 2 of them. Oh, boy. Oh, I want 3 of these cards. I have to do some trimming of this deck. I don't think we really need the Ogre, probably. Or let's be honest, like, Decoy. I have a lot of artifacts now. The Dragon Spark Reactor could do a lot. Kumano faces Kakazan. I'm not sure how well that has turned out. I mean, pretty well, though, right? Like, we're always going to have a play on turn 2. And that's what you want Kumano on turn 1. Maybe 4 synthesizers is too many. And also, now that we've picked up a couple of embraces, we can maybe lay off the steel breakers, as our curve is getting a bit higher than I might like. These were never amazing anyway. They're just fine. Just run 1. We're not cutting Life of Toshiro. I could cut both Tempered and Solitudes. I am tempted to cut the Circuit Mender. I don't think it's aggressive enough for this deck, and I don't care that much about the life gain. And then there's, like, several reasonable cards here. We could take the Okiba Reckoner Raid, a solid pick in any black deck. We won't really benefit from the vehicles getting Menace, but it's a 1-mana thing that does damage and gives you a 2/2 Menace. Pretty cool. We could take the Song Shaper, a great 2-drop for this deck. Or the Smelter, another, I think, great 2-drop for this deck. I think they're better than... God, are they really better than Reckoner Raid? Reckoner Raid is just, like, generally so good. I think they are. I think the Smelter or the Song Shaper... The thing about the Song Shaper, right, is, like... It's a 2-mana 4/2 or something a lot of the time. And that ends up trading for, like, your opponent's 3-mana play, their 4-mana play, but also sometimes for their 1 or 2-mana play. Usually not 1, I guess. Not a lot of 1-mana 2-power creatures out there. So this usually trades for at least a 2-drop, sometimes for something much bigger, because it threatens to get in so much damage, they just have to block it. This, though, I mean... It makes the Virus Beetles so much better. It works well with Oni Cult Anvil. It makes the synthesizers better. I think I have to take it. Another Voltage Surge looks better than any of this stuff. Reinforced Ronin actually is really annoying a lot of the time, right? Like, it triggers Anvil by itself. You play it, and, like, hopefully you attack with it, but maybe you don't get to. And it, like, makes a 1/1 for you. I'm a little worried the Twisted Embraces are too big. I think it's very clearly between Voltage Surge and Reinforced Ronin. The Ogre, the Ronin, and the Undercity Scrounger are not in contention. And I'm thinking about, like, what am I cutting from this deck? Well, I can cut a land. My mana cost is very low. I have some reconfigure, but I'm not always using it. I mean, I want to use Blade of the Oni a lot if I can. And that costs 4 to reconfigure. Maybe I shouldn't be cutting a land. Maybe I can cut Heiko Yamazaki? It's really strong, though, right? To get to replay one of these things? I think I'm cutting a synthesizer. 4 is like... 4 is a lot. And these three mana reconfigure cards are a little bit... I'm not 100% sure about those. Because they're okay. But they are expensive. And so you might like not want to have like nothing to play on 3. But with synthesizers, I often have something to do on 3 anyway, which is play a 1 and a 3. 1 and a 2, right? If I took Voltage Surge or Ronin, I could, similarly play a 1 and then a 2. Like, how am I for removal? I have the 2 Twisted Embraces, which I think is probably too many. 1 Reactor. Life of Toshiro is a little removal-y. A Kunai and a Voltage Surge. I mean, I wouldn't mind more, I think. I think that's better than the Ronin. Yeah. Nothing? I don't think I want a Kami of Industry. Ironhoof Boar is a solid top-end card, I think. Or just a decent channel combat trick. Nothing. I don't think we're a Shattered States deck. Yeah. I don't know. I certainly am not going to run like 4 Steel Breakers, so I guess I take this. Okay. So I can cut like 1 Twisted Embrace. It's a great card, but it's very expensive, and I want to be spending my mana on other stuff. Right, like Blade of the Oni reconfigures, or like spending, reconfigures in general, or spending mana on like Scrapyard Steelbreaker or Sokenzan Smelter. I kind of want to be doing that instead of playing Twisted Embrace, I think. It's a good card. I love the removal. Well, I don't know. I should probably cut a knife before I cut like a second Twisted Embrace, because it is a powerful card. I think... Oh, wow. Only 7 black cards, huh? But I kind of, like, double black is important to me, but only on 4 mana. Not before that. I guess I could cut a synthesizer to put back one of my removal cards. 4, like, don't get me wrong. I'm happy to have 4 of them. How many sack out? Okay, maybe I don't need 2 Tempered in Solitude. That is probably true. I can put back the knife. One is like optimistic enough, I think. I want to make sure I have enough sack outlets for the synthesizers, because I don't want to have to pay 3 for them if I can help it. And I think I do. But like maybe I could cut this. Okay, well, Steelbreaker is a worse card than Twisted Embrace. I think that is fairly clear. So if I'm cutting Twisted Embrace, I can improve the deck by not cutting it and cutting this Steelbreaker instead. And my mana cost is low, but I don't think that that's a reason to cut a land. I think, like, a lot of these cards cost mana, or have they're in mana sink, right? The Centipede, the Bronzeplate Boar, the Ironhoof Boar, replaying stuff with Yamazaki, maybe. The draw you get off Synthesizer. I think we're going to be playing a lot of cards. Hang on. No. These lands suck. These are bad lands. So I think 8 swamps and 9 mountains is probably fine. What mountain do we feel like today? I don't know. This one's nice. No, that's a Baldur's Gate land, you idiot. It looks pretty, but it has text, and I just can't abide that. So, you know, having 9 mountains when we have the double black cards and no double red is a little bad, but we have a lot of cheap red. And a lot of red in general. Okay. Red, black, or I should say Rakdos artifacts. Here we come. And I guess it would be black, red, right? Is the order you should say that color pair's name in. I don't know. I can't bring myself to be in love with the official color pair ordering when, like, there's just certain ways to say them that roll off the tongue better subjectively. Ender's Ghost, Wizards of the Coast. Ender, like, from Ender's Game or some other Ender? Cool. I'll take it. I'll play the mountain first so that if they play something on turn 1, I can shoot it at the end of their turn. Or before my turn starts, I guess I should say. Nothing, though. Okay, well, I wasn't going to play that in 1 anyway, I guess. I think just Virus Beetle, right? I mean, I don't know. Actually, a 3-1 Menace is quite useful early on. Because they can't block it very easily. And the Virus Beetle, like, yeah, it makes them discard a card, but that's better to do later anyway, right? Yeah, see? Virus Beetle would be okay against that, I guess. Now, what do I want to play now? I could Voltage Surge this and play a Beetle. I could play Synthesizer and just, like, see what happens. Woohoo! Or I could play out the Boar, which seems fine. Both plays seem okay. I think since I have a good play, I'd rather just make it and not use the Synthesizer. So let's just play the Boar. And now I'm all set up to, like, use the Oni already if I wanted to. I have the mana for it. Maybe that would have been a reason to play the Beetle, in fact, is that then I'd have a tiny creature that I could... Really? Oh, ninjas! I should have looked at their... I mean, I don't know if they're really that excited to do that, though, because then I get to attack for 5, 6? Oh, they get a lifelinker. Okay. Well, I'm going to Voltage Surge that, maybe. Tempered in Solitude doesn't look like much good. So Synthesizer, see what we get. Swamp, great. I was going to play one this turn anyway. And we're going to swing with all here. And see if I can get away with Voltage Surging them post Ninjutsu. Which is a much more upsetting thing to have happen to you. We'll see, though. It might be better to just kill this before they can do anything with it. Yeah. Okay. I don't want them gaining the life. And I think they have enough mana they could, like, ninjutsu twice. So let's just kill it. Oh, I could sack an artifact, actually, but I don't want to. Okay. Make the Beetle a 2/2 and swing with all? Killing Circuit Mender? Seems reasonable. A land would be pretty good right now, I think. Because I could make a 5/5 menace my only attacker. Okay, what do we do with this? I'd sort of like to just play Tempered in Solitude and attack with the Beetle, I think. Because the Beetle sucks, right? And this sets up for, like, later reconfiguring stuff. While also leaving me combat tricks and synthesizer options. Oh, that hurts. Okay, well, I mean, not really. It's just like, almost anything would have been better because I could have played it. This I can't play. Okay. You're going to put counters on this thing, I guess, and then I'm going to bore it. Oh, it doesn't die, though. It just gets exiled. I see. They don't know. This might be a land. This is really scary to commit to letting... Like, this is face up. I might have a land, right? Do I really care about the Beetle living? I guess it would be kind of cool. But I think this is more important to have, probably. Because this is about to become a 5/4. I don't know. I think this is an okay time to use it. Get in for a bunch, and then we're threatening a lot next turn. So let's make this a 6/6, which they have to block, and then we just kill all their shit and draw a card for it. Or we kill all their shit and also get in 3 damage, I guess. If I had attacked with all, was that lethal somehow? No, obviously not. I don't think I should want the card as much as I want the 3 damage. But what I'm worried about is what if they have some trick that makes this thing weaker? I don't necessarily want to throw this away into their 5/4. This way I get the card guaranteed. The 3 damage was never a guarantee. Cool. Does it matter? I guess if they have lethal exploit, this is only a 3/3, and so I should make sure I at least kill the decoy. Well, they didn't have any tricks last turn, so if they just play one creature, I think it's right to make this a 5/5 menace and swing with it. Then again, I could just swing with everything here, but then I don't draw a card in case they do have something. What could they be doing here? At instant speed in blue or black? I don't remember. I don't really have time to look it all up. Lethal exploit when I try to reconfigure, I guess? But they would have played that last turn. Let's see what we get out of this, I think. I'll try it. This way we still threaten 5, but we get a card. Okay. Thanks for the counter, I guess. All right, now we got him for sure. In a million ways, right? Like, just make a 5/5 menace or swing with all. There's a million options. Shouldn't have played the land, by the way. Should have waited till I got Tempered in Solitude. Well, I mean, this was a very, very strong start for the deck. We had our Oni our Blade of the Oni in the opening hand. And, I don't know, Tempered in Solitude did better than I expect it will do most of the time. But it did perform great that game. It made me think, like, gosh, should I be putting that second one in? What could I cut for it? The boar was fine. Like, I could cut the kunai, probably. Yeah, I think Tempered in Solitude could be really strong. I'm doing okay with my removal cards, even without the knife. Which is one of the weaker ones, because I don't have that many like creatures that can sit around doing nothing, I feel like. Because I constantly want to reconfigure onto things, reducing my creature count, which makes something that requires tapping a creature more expensive. I mean, I don't know. You could equip it to a creature, tap the creature to use it up, and then reconfigure the creature that had the knife, right? If you put the knife on a reconfigure creature, tap it to attack, and then reconfigure, sure. But that's still like, that's like 6 mana or something. Or at least 4. Tri-functional. That's an angel and a half, huh? You know, this is mostly a red hand. Tempered in Solitude into boar is not the opening I dreamed of. Kind of wish this were a knife at the moment. Maybe? But, you know, this is fine, I think. Actually, Soken's Smelter and Synthesizer could have been a better play this turn. I didn't reevaluate when I drew the Smelter. I was just like, okay, that's a 2-drop. I'd rather play my 3-drop, which was the plan I already had. But a 1 and a 2 might have worked out better. Because then I could blow up the Synthesizer on the next turn. But I don't know. Then it's like... Okay, so what are we doing here? We're swinging with this to draw a card, right? Should I play the egg first? No. Because I don't really want to do this. Beginning of combat this turn, I don't think. I mean, I could. I could play the mountain and the synthesizer. Okay, I guess synthesizer first then. Alright. If you're going to twist my arm, I guess I'll do it. There goes my Blade of the Oni. But it's alright. We have a pretty strong board right now. Very happy to see a swamp. I was thinking a land would be good, and a swamp is even better, right? Hang on, how do we do this? Because I kind of want to just reconfigure this and swing, right? With like a 5/4 trampler that draws a card? But it doesn't draw a card because I can only play it this turn. So I could just swing with the 3/2. Planning Ironhoof Boar. See what I get? I think that's the way to go. Save the swamp for later. Decline. Cool. I might actually just let the... Oh, they're not going to make me decide. That's interesting. I wonder why they didn't take this trade. It seems like an obvious choice to me. They must have some way to buff this. Because, like, they could see this face up, so it's not like they thought they could get in next turn. And seeing this face up means I'm less likely to play a combat trick. Because I kind of want to save my 4 mana for this card that's about to disappear. So they would be less worried about this happening. Okay. So they did think they could get in. I see. Although, should you, though? Okay. So, what do we do with our mana this turn? This is an Artificer, not a Warrior or something. Okay. I think we want to play a Synthesizer and a Beetle, but, like, I also want to just equip this and swing for 5? Let's play the Synthesizer, see what happens. Okay, I'll play this Beetle then. I guess I don't even have to equip it to deck for 5. I can just swing with everything. But it would be like drawing a card, but not really, because I can't play the card if I spend all my mana. So I guess we just like pop open an egg here. Yeah, pay 1, that's fine. Maybe this gives me a land. Another Synthesizer. Okay, maybe that gives me a land? Hey, we got him. Well, you're probably attacking with the 2/3 now. I don't think Tempered... No, Tempered Solitude has drawn me Heiko. So it's been a 2 mana, like, eventually draw 1 card, which is not a very good card. But it threatens to do more, maybe? Although, I don't know when I'm ever going to attack with just one thing again. Well, I mean, I could equip my 3/1 or something. That would be kind of cool. What if I swung with all here? How much damage would I be doing? I could get this down as well, so... Like... They could block a 3... and a 3, and that would be 3 damage. No, because they could block a 2 as well, so it would be like 1 damage. So adding 5 is not lethal, plus they're getting lifelink. So we're not thinking about lethal here. What are we thinking about? Equipping this, attacking for 1 billion and drawing a card? That seems kind of cool. Decline. Yep, I was hoping for a land to get to play the Virus Beetle. Fine. Hey, they found, first of all, their 4th land, and apparently red. I guess I should have known that a while ago from all their discards. Oh, unlucky, I have another. What do we do, though? Smelter... 8 mana. I mean... Shouldn't have played that. Well, I kind of have to, right? Because I have to play this pre-combat if I want it to work. I'm going to blow up this. Because I can't get anything I want off the synthesizer. And just give up on this because it can't get me anything either. Here I am, like, actually spending 8 mana. This is why I said we shouldn't be cutting a land. So I attack with the 4/3. They have to block. And I attack with the 5/4 as well, which they also have to block. And then I can attack with another 3/1 and a 2/2, so they just have... Yeah, that's just too much stuff to block. Shouldn't have played the land, I guess. Or no, did I play a land? I don't even remember. I know I had 8 lands going into this turn. I have 9 now, so yes, I did erroneously play the land. So, we don't need Blade of the Oni to win. The synthesizers, I feel like, were not that good this game, as synthesizers go, and they're still good. What exactly won that game? I don't know. Just having a bunch of tiny little artifacts and abilities to, like, make them bigger? Fine, I can play the Reactor and then a Centipede. And Life of Toshiro once they get a couple little dudes down, maybe? ninjas, by the way. So, like, I don't know. I could have played Virus Beetle and tried to block this, but presumably they're playing some artifact. Why are you looking at my 2/2? I see. Alright, that's not too bad. And they don't get the value for their frog, at least, so that's something. But they still have the board, so that's a little sad. Okay. I'll just take the life, I guess. And Smelter sack the Virus Beetle, right? Not much else to do. This represents blocking the 2/2, and the 3/4 I can kill kind of whenever I want. How did they gain life? Oh, a tap land. I lost track. That's interesting. Ninjas, I guess? Yeah. I think they're trying to get me to block with just one, and then they're going to ninjutsu the Kami with a Moonsnare specialist or something like that, right? I don't think we're going to allow that. We're going to try a double block here and see what they want to do about that. And I'll buff this up. Okay, they don't have any tricks. So I'm trading Ironhoof Boar for a 3/4. I think that's fine. Okay, board cleared. I don't have any plays. But we took the wind out of the sails of our ninja opponent, and I have 2 removal spells just lying here. This is not only as a sorcery or anything like that. Ooh. I forgot they have red, by the way. Sure, my turn. Kind of wish I had another... Well, okay. I mean, I attack, I guess. Wish I had another artifact, but he got rid of them all knowingly. Target player up to 1 target creature. So if I really wanted to, I could shoot them in the head with this, but to start off the anvil cycle. But I do not wish to do that. I think that attack means they must have some ninja in hand. Oh, this is fine. Yeah, I have 6. Oh, that's ward 3, isn't it? I need 7 mana. Okay. Oh, no, this is not an instant or sorcery. Okay. Alright. That handles it, though. So I still think they have some ninja in hand, but like, why haven't they been playing it at this point? Or why did they attack with both of those creatures? I guess they if I don't have a combat trick, the attack looks okay, maybe? But it's threatening to trade their like 2/2 automaton into my 3/1 chunk like loser artifact. I'm not sure why they would do that. Wow! Discarding twin shot sniper, what else is in hand? I see. Sacrifice. Oh, exile a creature. Well, it sure has to be this one, and not much I can do about this. Okay, opponent's in good shape, but I do still have removal and a potential value engine as soon as I draw any of the many artifacts in my deck. Or that. I'm going to keep playing it because I really can use like all the mana I get, I think. Yeah, that was better than Twin Shot Sniper. You were right. Who could have guessed in the deck building stage that Debt to the Kami would be what you keep over Twin Shot Sniper, but this was the situation for it. Wow. That's so good. That's like 3 cards all by itself. 4 cards? That's so sad. I really was like getting up to steam. And we might still yet win, but I don't know how many lands in a row I've drawn, but it's been too many. And it feels bad, like, oh, I gave up my whole board, and then I drew Oni Cult Anvil. But I think it was right. It turns out they didn't have any ninjas, so I could have just used the 3/1 to block the other thing, and then like dealt with their 3/4 later or something, maybe. Or maybe used... no, I'm not sure. I'm not sure there were any better combat options I had. I'm obviously not going to blow this up on that stupid thing. Ooh. That's really bad. I'm going to bring back like the crab, right? Or is there something they could put back in hand? No. Okay, I might be toast against that play. I don't know, though. If I just get, like, an art... like, a synthesizer is the dream draw right now. See? What did I tell you? Synthesizer. Because I could, like... I could play it, draw a card, crack it open, draw a card... Meanwhile, this has, like, gone off twice. I'm getting damage to face. Like, I still think there's actually a chance to come back somehow, although it is slipping away fast. Pass throughout. I don't know. Maybe I should be killing this piece of junk or something? Okay, Smelter. It's not an artifact. I mean, if I let all this hit me, I'm just dead. So, I guess I'm using the reactor, right? Oh, I should have killed the flyer, because this actually blocks the 2/2. I didn't quite see that. The 3/3. I mean, it's not like a renewable source of artifacts anymore, but that doesn't really matter that much. And they're still getting in for 7. I look pretty dead. Well, okay, not 7 I could block, but I'm not going to. I can always do that later, I think. Well, not really. Because 2 in the air kills me. I guess I was supposed to block the 5 now while I could. Okay, yeah, you got me. The draw 4 is going to be pretty rough even if I somehow survive on board. Heiko Yamazaki. I mean, I guess Heiko is actually not all that good necessarily. I have very few samurais and warriors. It's basically just him. And bringing back an artifact is cool, but I think I actually don't really want that card very much. Like, just put back in a knife or something? Or an unstoppable ogre? Steelbreaker's not bad even? Maybe? I think I just want a knife. Because to make him activate, you have to attack with just him, basically. And then it's like you're trading him for an artifact, which is fine, but not something you want to go out of your way for. One. This is some sort of devil from New Capenna, I think. Fine. Happy to open with potentially a Voltage Surge into almost certainly a Virus Beetle. And after that, we'll see. Is there a little tower built into this thing here? Like this structure, and there's these weird floating things, and that looks like a bridge? Maybe this is some sort of Mage's Ivory Tower? Who knows? Oh my gosh, where's my opponent from? They actually animated it? Bizarre. Could we... Hello? Here you go. Thank you. Green, by the way. Good to know. More green, okay. Green and black. That's the modified theme, I think. I say that about everything, but I think it's true about this one. I think it's fine to get down the reactor here. Keeps open Voltage Surge for whatever they play. Should have attacked first, I guess. Cool. They're not going to call my bluff, I guess, on the potential for... I seem to be leaking information about Voltage Surge, which I think is fine with me. I'll play the Synthesizer, I think. Like, it's reasonable as well to play the Smelter and then blow up the Beetle to attack for 3. But I would also welcome hitting a land or anything that costs 2. No, I think I can wait. No. If I don't hit a land, I'm pretty sad I played this, I think. Yeah. Let's just swing for 3. I guess there are plays that don't involve using the synthesizer at all, right? Voltage Surge here obviously looks great. Then 3 more mana is like, play this. Yeah, I guess that's fine. They're both pretty good. I think the synthesizer is better than Twisted Embrace because it represents like 2 cards plus a 1/1 or a 3/1 with haste. And they're not going to have a giant creature this turn, presumably. Ooh, okay. Nice. Joke's on you, I drew another. I don't need to equip this, right? Well, if I use Twisted Embrace, do I have lethal? How much damage is this? This is 2, 5, plus 4 is 9, right? 10 if I use Twisted Embrace on something. Or I could attack with all and use Smelter to bring this out. They get to block, but I get more damage. I don't know. I guess we just swing with all here. I'll pay red? They obviously trade with a 3/1 here. And I'll gain the life. You don't usually play Life of Toshiro post-combat, but I had to. It only goes back to your hand, though. I don't know what you could possibly have here that would be relevant. Not a creature. Now I just kill you on board, but you do get my other Twisted Embrace. Nice. Obviously, they could have stopped some of that damage if they'd wanted to, right? They could have stopped 8 of it, but they were still very, very dead. I mean, you gotta say, playing 2 Virus Beetles and having them both hit Twisted Embrace seems pretty great, right? Like that's something positive to take away from that game as the losing side. Tricky Ed. Oh. Oh. It's so beautiful. Anvil on 2 and then get these guys going. I could even maybe play one of these, knowing I can't possibly hit anything. Just have it on board for more stuff later? I don't think so. Now they think I have Voltage Surge, so that's something. Okay, I guess control doesn't mean stop. run this out, right? Also, black-red Infiltrator's a little weird. I mean, this is an attacker, but this is what I want. Well, actually, they're both pretty cool. What I really need is a mountain. I need like 3 mountains. That's too many. Don't give me 3 mountains. Don't make me regret my words. Okay, pass through out. We're not activating the anvil. Are they on 2 lands? No. Okay, Virus Beetle is something. So even if I whiff here, I can play something. Okay, Mountain is kind of exactly what I asked for. I could just blow this up and draw another card, but I don't really want to. I just want to start the anvil thing going and like turn this beetle into a 1/1, I guess. And then later blow this up when I might be able to play the card I get out of it. Ooh, Twisted Embrace. But, I mean, they're representing a lot of damage with this thing, and I don't have anything to do about it just yet. Soon, but not right now. They didn't play any artifacts pre-combat? That's kind of shocking. They're just gonna pump? No. Okay, weird. Oh, this is playing an artifact mid-combat, right? Or no, it's... Yeah, it's an artifact. Wow, that's pretty cool. So, I want to play the Smelter. I want to sacrifice something. Let's see what I get out of this, though, right? Or I could just blow this up first? But I think that's what I want to sacrifice to the Smelter, so no, right? Well, I'm not going to get anything I can play out of blowing one of these up, but I still would rather turn it into a 3/1, I think. Oh, and a 1/1, right. So I could swing with a 3/1. I don't want to. It's a valuable blocker. Oh, man. I have so many things I could, like, just get rid of for that. Swamps, probably. I mean, I could get rid of 1/1s, but I'll get rid of swamps. Oh, they give up. Wow. Oh, I guess their hand is empty? Is that true? All they have is a single 1/2 flyer? No, they have 2 cards. Alright. I would have thought they had some play here, but I guess I have an army of artifacts? Artifarmy? You know, this is not really a Blade of the Oni deck. It's more like a synthesizer deck. We'll call it a smelter deck. There you go. Concertoina? Concerto in A, I see. Great hand. I couldn't ask for a better one, practically. I guess I could use a creature. Oh, I thought this was Reckoner Raid. Okay, that's what would be better. Like, this is a great card, but it's not what you want on turn 1. Still, I've got some stuff to do, and that's all you could really ask for. Probably playing Tempered in Solitude next turn, because this is not likely to get much value. Nice card. It's lucky they didn't have it last turn, apparently. Okay, I found another play. It loves to attack alone, so that's fine. Swing first before you do anything else. Because you don't know what you're going to draw. This is very much like a luck kind of the top deck sort of situation here. I don't get to make decisions very often. Okay, you got me. This is obviously useless right now, so see what we get here. Virus Beetle's fine. And I think I'll just put the knife on it, right? I don't know, like maybe it's useful to leave Voltage Surge. Oh, I don't have Voltage Surge. That's over here. Okay. Tough call, huh? I think Life of Toshiro might be better because it's like killing the Virus Beetle and then also doing something and then also making me a creature. And that's better than this is right now. I've already got the ability to like draw and play cards. This does a specific thing. So I think I want to play this to kill their Virus Beetle and then just kill their Reckoner Raid before they can do something weird to it, maybe? Like, I don't really want to let them attack and potentially ninjutsu in a Kappa Tech Wrecker or something. Or untap and possibly have some... Well, I mean, what would they have, right? I guess I'll wait till their upkeep so that if they have Tamiyo's safekeeping, it at least costs them mana next turn. What the hell are you? Mana value X or less. X is the number of modified creatures. Okay. Well, I have a 3/3. Probably good to get these two in play, but I guess I can attack first and see what I draw. Because I don't want to actually use this thing's ability this turn anyway. Great. Okay, it's modified now. Wow. Mana value 1 or less, but it has to be a creature. Okay, pretty good Twisted Embrace, I think. I can't play it! Even if I blew this up and drew a swamp, I wouldn't have enough to Twisted Embrace. So, do I attack first and see if I draw a swamp? I guess. I don't even know which of my creatures to hit with this. The beetle is the one I most want to sack, but I don't have a way to do that right now. Toshiro, I guess, is more likely to be able to attack, but of course it's the one they want to remove as well. I think I'll put it here. I don't know. 3/4s are kind of hard to deal with. And if I'm attacking with only one creature, I guess I want it to be large in general. Sure. Blow this up first, though. Probably should have tapped all mountains, actually. Oh, that's a nice card. I guess I'll just attack into it with a samurai. Ooh, see what this is first? So exciting. I don't know what I'm going to do on a given turn, ever. Okay. Sure. I mean, I guess I could attack with Toshiro, and if they triple block, I have 2 combat tricks. I don't really relish using this one in that way, though. I'm just happy to go for this and see what happens. Another Tempered in Solitude, okay. What do you got for me? Sure. Turns out... Oh, I should have... Well, I still can, actually. Should have played this first, though. Well, no. Because I want to play the Voltage Surge, and I can't draw land even if I hit it, so... I think I'm just going to wait for the synthesizer until it can do something more. Like when I'm actually likely to be able to play the card that it draws. Right now, it would like only be good if it were a 1-drop, and I don't even know what 1-drops I could want to play. Okay, I can only play this. I can't channel it because it's not in my hand. But that's fine. Okay. If you have a trick, I can Dragon Spark Reactor you. So that makes this a 1-2. I can't Dragon Spark Reactor and play the boar. So... I guess getting the boar down is more important. Yeah. So you can have it, I guess. Go ahead. Alright, well, that's going to grow. I don't know if it's going to grow fast enough. Ooh, that's really cool. Yes, tap like that, please. My deck's getting a little low, I guess. has menace. So I should stop doing all this, like, eventually. But for now, I think it's still pretty cool. Pretty soon we can just swing with all, in fact. Probably just kill him. Ooh, hello. We should have lethal now, right? This is 4 damage, this is 5? Yeah, so... They can't crew this anymore. Or they can, but it doesn't help. They still just have 1 blocker. This deck draws like crazy. So many cards. And then I just throw them away if I can't use them immediately. That's the red version of draw. And we have a lot of it. Kakazan into Smelter with Solitude is good enough. I think that the fact that I have a couple unplayable black cards is just going to have to do. Hopefully I'll draw a way to play them before too long. Okay, mirror match, question mark? This looks like the red... I mean, this is a red-black card for sure. Yep, that's a black... Ooh, just face. I like it. Or anyway, I admire it. I'm not exactly happy about it. They actually managed to make their 1/1 so big that my 3/3 can't block it. And I don't have a very good follow-up. They might. I really need to draw something. Well, okay, I mean, Tempered in Solitude could do something, I guess. Oh, wow. The anger. It's unreal. I don't want to attack with both. I want this back as a blocker, but I do want to draw the card. Swamp? Okay, we're obviously in bad shape here. Like, very bad shape. Well, I mean, this can't attack at the moment, but they're going to have something. And this is kind of a problem creature as well. This is a problem creature, even though it's a 2/2. Like, even though it has a counter on it, it's, like, not doing a good job right now. Lifelink, wow. So they're just dumping everything. Okay. This isn't an artifact. If I attack with this, it just dies to the 2/3. But I think that's kind of okay. Two lands is a real rough place to be. I can't deal with a 4/4. I guess we just have to do this. Okay, a swamp. So, like, I could just play it and, like, play a centipede, but I'm attacking first. Because I don't have a way to kill this now. I could equip and throw, but it's still only 3 damage. Oh, I could sack the knife. That hadn't occurred to me. Start attacking for 5 and maybe erase them? There's a thought. Okay. Sadly, just a mountain. Swamp would be top deck right now? I would be way in the driver's seat if I hit a swamp. Has to be something an opponent controls. So if I were in a desperate situation and needed this to die, I couldn't do it. Really? Okay. That's a little weird, I think. But they got in more damage this way, I guess. So they're threatening 3 next turn, right? If I play an artifact, I can do 8. No, not this artifact. It would have to be the reactor. Because I need the mana. And then after doing 8, they're in tough shape, I think. If they draw any direct damage, I'm dead. But if they don't, I'm in the driver's seat. I look like I'm barely winning, probably. Like a creature loses. Got him. Whoa. Who needs lands, right? It's a good thing that I'm playing Arena and not Paper, because it would not have occurred to me to sack the knife to make a 3-1 attacker if Arena had not suggested it to me. If Arena hadn't like paused at the beginning of combat to be like, hey, you know you have this trigger. And I was like, oh, you're right, I do, thank you. I wouldn't have seen the race as an option, and I would have lost that game playing Paper. Well, I'm glad we put Knife in the deck and took out Heiko. He would have been awful that game for sure. Right, it's Heiko is the red one. Norika is the white one. They're both Yamazakis. It's a little unusual to have something that's kind of like a cycle, but only in 2 colors. It makes sense in this format, where they have like artifacts as a theme and enchantments as a theme, but there's not really card types as a theme for the other 3 colors. Can't play anything until turn 3? I don't think I can keep this. I'm a golden god? This is incredible. Keep? I mean, I hate throwing away Life of Toshiro, but I have Kumano into Smelter again, and then I can use him to blow up the synthesizer, and this is a 3-drop? Sure. Black, white, samurais? What? That's not a deck. okay. I could block. I value this creature more than that, I think. Plus, they could have a combat trick. I don't think I need 2 of these. Voltage Surge is a nice potential play this turn, depending on what I draw here. Swamp is great. I will blow up the synthesizer to get a 3/1, I think. Right? It's unlikely to do much, though, right? It just trades with their 1/1, and it's not going to give me a card I can play, whereas next turn it might do better than either of those things. So I think, in fact, I don't blow it up. I just swing for 5. I'd like to wait for them to attack alone. Ooh. A 1/3 is a little spooky. Do I kill that? Do I kill their 2/1? I think their 2/1 sucks. But I don't really want to sack an artifact right now. I'm attacking with the 3/3 and a 3/1, I think. Hello? Why is it acting like it's my turn to do something? I'm relaunching the client. This is spooky. This looks like I'm disconnected or something. Okay, still nothing happening in this window. Currently waiting for what? Normally it just like logs me in and then replaces the game I was in, right? Okay, here we are. Yep, running out of time. Apparently. I skipped my combat. I skipped my whole turn. That's rude. I kind of liked that turn. I didn't even get to play a land because I was waiting to see... Shit, this time I should have not played it again, of course, for the same reason. And I drew a land. Okay, I'm an idiot. Actually, this attack isn't even good. This one's not great either. If I had done this last turn, I could maybe have the boar in play by now. Come on, I didn't have enough timeouts to make up for this stupid arena garbage. I guess if I attack with this, like, they can double block here. It's not that bad. This still just goes into the virus beetle. This is no good. Oh, or double block here, of course. What? Oh, okay, they have some trick. Looks like we're going to lose this game. I mean, skipping a turn was pretty bad. I don't know if I would be winning if I hadn't. The thing is, this is crew 1, so they've got a good block anyway, I think. Like the beetle and the suit, basically? Oh, they're just going to let it in. Interesting. It's kind of weird. I guess they have, yeah, removal. Okay. Yeah, and now the fact that... Oh, Twisted Embrace is nice. The fact that I, like, failed to play a land in the past and failed to draw a land after reconnecting means I have 6 mana instead of 7. And I was thinking 7 would be pretty good. I play the Smelter and then equip it with the Boar. Turns out this is an alright play and still. And I guess I should just target the 2/2, because if I target anything else, I'm letting them choose between the 2/2 and that thing. So I should restrict their choices. Okay, sure. Yeah, there's also that, I guess. If I attack with a 4/3 trample, it doesn't really do anything. They just triple block and lose their 2/1/1s. Ah, for that reason, I should have played this first and put Twisted Embrace on it, because now when I reconfigure this, it's losing its usefulness. Oh, well, okay. Just another top deck Repel the Vile, no big deal. Okay, another reason I maybe should have done this, though, I guess, because then they couldn't repel either one. We're going to die any minute now. I don't really have... I don't know, okay. Synthesizer could maybe get us back in the game. Tons of draw. Virus Beetle does nothing. Great, very cool. Makes a 3/1, I guess. Hardly matters. Sure. I sort of see now why they didn't sack the suit earlier. To block. Well, also because they had Repel the Vile whenever that was. But it's nice to have a flyer, I guess. They're winning anyway. Huh, I have to actually choose, huh? Interesting. Like, if they attacked with all these things, they would be doing better. In fact, probably if they equip with this, they get 3 plus what? No, it should have been this one, I think. 4. Okay, they would be 1 off lethal if they did that. Seismic Wave. No dice. It's not in the deck, so that's one reason we didn't draw it. They clearly have lethal here, so I'm just going to swing in and see what we draw. Ha-ha! can't fire me. I quit. Actually, wait. Let me destroy an enemy creature. There you go. I don't think that's one of my dailies. I'm out of here. Yeah, I mean, losing the connection feels bad. I don't think that's why we lost. We were still behind, although it would have been a lot closer, I think. Just frustrating that, like, Arena kind of sucks sometimes. And even when you've detected the problem, it takes so long to relaunch the client that you burn through a timeout and a half. Greem 18782. I can't make heads or tails out of that. This is fine. Okay, this is a decent blocker for that. Although, I don't know if I would even make that trade. Because eventually this is going to be a 5/5 Menace Demon, right? And they have ways to recur from the graveyard. I'm not gonna give them the satisfaction. Yeah. So, I think we do play this here and see if we get a better idea than playing the Anvil. We give up some opportunity cost in that, like, this might be giving us something. Okay, well, this is fine. Like, the ability to play Synthesizer on a turn is something that you only get once. Playing it on a turn when the potential value it has is somewhat lower is, like, it is a concession of sorts. Wow, okay. I mean, kind of weird, but I can roll with it. This game's going in some weird directions. I really hope they can't kill my 1/1 or my 3/1. If they can, the whole thing falls apart. Repel the Vial, they just tapped too much for that. Fade, I mean, these are the kinds of colors that could deal with this. Wow, it's a 4/4 flyer for 3 mana. Well, okay. This is gonna leave red open, right? Yeah. And then I have, this is a trick. When they try to block, I can blow up their 4/4. Or just their 1/1 if they do it this way. Ooh, that is something else. Not the lifelinker? Oh. Do you have enough enchantments to do that? Oh, you do. Oh my god. I should have... Oh god. I couldn't have really killed this, though. I'm gonna be sick. This is gross. What I'm doing is cool. Don't get me wrong. So that's a 7/7. I can make my thing an 8/6, which is not really as big as I would like, but I guess I'll take it. Problem is I can't really cope with this. They just keep getting to play their like 3 mana 4/4 flyer. Or 2 mana last time, I think it was. Okay. Ah! I guess I lose. No, you should just like... Oh, that's lethal. Yeah. I was thinking they could attack with 4 and then put it on a ground creature and get it in with like enough attackers. Like if they put it here, it's also lethal, but their way is simpler and gets in more damage. Okay, well, a solid result nonetheless. What do we call this? Is this a top deck wars, maybe? So we're just top decking and laughing and seeing what happened? Sure, why not? That's the name of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.